Hello everyone and welcome back to Cosmetic Chaos. Today I'm going to hit up some of my current favorites. I haven't done a favorites video in a while and I thought might as well just get into it. It's a little bit of a different type of favorites video. If you are a watcher of my channel, you'll know I've been very sporadic this summer, in between spring and summer anyway, getting filming done, just in general. There's always lots going on in my life between spring and summer, like things, and the way my schedule works just completely changes. So I'm hoping to be able to like get back in the swing of things. I was really hoping again at the beginning of summer that work was actually going to calm down, and it didn't. It actually got much worse, and there is no end in sight as far as that goes. So I am making an effort to try and do things that make me happy, and filming is one of those things. And I know you've heard this spiel a million times over. Ultimately, I guess my final comment is going to be that the beauty community lately has not been the nicest place to be or the most joy-bringing place to be. So I am going to not acknowledge what has been going on, and I'm going to kind of do my own thing, and when I can and where I can. So as I said, lately things have been a little bit crazy for me, so I have been very haphazard with my makeup. I have been very lazy. I still do full faces of makeup every day because it makes me happy and I do enjoy it, but the way I've approached my makeup has very much changed in the last like month or so. It's been a lot more like less eyes, more lips, heavily focused on the skin. Even the way I've approached my hair lately has been a little bit different. I am no longer blow drying my hair every day, which I used to do every single day, and flat ironing it every single morning. I've been letting it go a little bit more natural. I'm going to address the bright pink elephant in the room, which is my skin. We were out looking at boats yesterday all day, and I never ever think about sunscreen, especially when I'm not like actively going out and sitting in the sun. And we have the top off the Corvette when we were out and about looking for boats, and here we are. I'm looking a little lobstery. All right, we're a few minutes in now, so let's talk about some of my favorites. So as I said, one of the things I was really focusing on was my skin and making sure that my skin was really what was the forefront of my makeup looks. And I actually got this in a BoxyCharm. This is the No Problem Prime Essence from Touch and Soul. Looks like this. Basically what I've been doing with this is I've been using a few drops on my forehead and my cheeks, kind of as my moisturizer in the morning. So I had been using the Glow Recipe Watermelon Moisturizer, and I used that all up. It was my morning moisturizer. I really liked it. The whole bottle is gone, but it was a really nice mild moisturizer. In the summer for me, a lot of my foundations break up because I do sweat quite a bit because I'm hot all the time, even as it is. Even in the dead of winter, I'm sweating. So in the summer, it's not really doing me any favors. But I've really been liking this. It's really been a good replacement for that. I'm really happy getting it in the BoxyCharm, and not, because it's not something I would have necessarily purchased or even thought to purchase. And even when I tried it, I was skeptical, but I've noticed a big difference in my skin, and it pairs very well with my next item, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Primer. So this goes on as kind of a moisturizer. I prep my skin with this, and then I use this as my actual primer underneath my foundation. And I think the two just pair so well together. So I'm just going to put that over in the same hand. This is expensive. I know it's expensive, but it also, like, it feels like luxury, and I do notice a big difference. So check that, like, beautiful glow. Like, it just gives something that I've never really experienced before. It's like a nice glow. It blurs the skin. It really takes the redness out, which I really love. Okay, so those are the two first products. Really liking these. Highly recommend if you can get into Sephora and get a sample of the Charlotte Tilbury, just to try it for yourself before you go ahead and make that purchase, because I realize it is a little bit more expensive than normal. And the No Problem, if you like those kind of like serum-y type primers, this is also beautiful. I've actually used quite a bit of it. You can hear it in there. It's almost like it's made its way down. I do have to say, for the Touch in Sol product is $23, and I actually think that's very much worth it. That is $23 US. I just checked my little Boxy Luxe card here. I was, funny enough, I've got a few products in here that are my favorites from the last little while that actually came in my June Boxy Luxe. So if you're interested in my thoughts on that, I haven't done a video, but I am happy to do so and actually just talk about my thoughts on BoxyCharm in general. I used to do unboxings all the time. I haven't done them in a while. I just don't know what the value are anymore. The YouTube community is fairly saturated in that manner. So please let me know what you think. That being said, every so often they do really hit it out of the park. So I am a big believer in BoxyCharm for the sole reason that they send me things I would have never tried otherwise. Here's looking at you. While we are still on skin, and I'm not wearing it today, but I wish I was, and I'm gonna have to go pick it up in a darker shade now that I am a little bit darker. I'm currently wearing L'Oreal True Match Lumi in the shade W6. However, my favorites, other than the last couple days where my skin tone has gone considerably darker, is the Peach Perfect foundation in Warm Nude. This foundation has seriously changed the game for me. It does have a pump, which is nice, and it is kind of like that squeezy tube. If you're a makeup traveler, like you're the one that really keeps their makeup in one bag and that bag stays with them forever, I don't like this type of packaging for that. I'm always paranoid it's gonna explode everywhere. But that being said, the finish is beautiful. It says oil-free, 14-hour wear, oil controlling, and photo-friendly, and all 4 of those claims I completely agree with. I have never had a foundation in my life stay on my skin, around my nose, all day, every day. I normally get breakup through here, breakup on my chin, and breakup through my T-zone. I wouldn't consider myself excessively oily, but I am, again, sweaty, so that kind of does the same thing. But this has stayed on my face through like 18-hour wear. This 14-hour wear, I think it actually goes longer. I work very long days. I leave my house at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I get home most of the time between 7 and 9 at night. And this is still completely on my face and looking hella flawless. If you're sensitive to scents, I don't recommend it, but if you are okay with scent, because it is very, very strongly scented with that peach smell that Too Faced likes to put in things. Outside of that, if you are oily or you really like a very demi-matte finish, I really love this. The coverage is also like medium to full and definitely buildable. I wish I was wearing it today, but I would have looked hilarious because this is now too light for me. But definitely think you should give it a try. Although I do love the finish of the True Match just as much as I like the finish of the Peach Perfect. True Match is definitely more on the Lumi side. This is more on the matte side. That being said, the True Match doesn't stay all day. I always find myself having to touch up throughout the day, and I just don't love that. True Match was my go hard and tried and true foundation for probably close to 10 years. And then I moved on to Laura Mercier, YSL. I had a few others in there that I really liked. Don't get me wrong, I still like those foundations, but this one, I've never had anything actually stick to my skin the way that this does. I guess we can continue on giving Too Faced props because I also picked up their Peach Blur finishing powder from Marshalls. Actually, I think I got this from Winners, which is like it's like the Canadian Marshalls. We have Marshalls as well, so I guess it's like the Canadian TJ Maxx. I've been using this over the Peach Blur. Basically, all I do is do the Peach Blur, the Effortless Blend, and then I put this over top and then use the Fenty Lavender Powder kind of in my T-zone just to give it an extra little set. They meld together so nicely. It's almost like they came from the same line and have the same purpose. It's amazing, blows my mind. But I was actually surprised to have picked this up at Winners and have it not suck. Every time I buy something from Winners, it almost always sucks. So, 1, you think I would learn. 2, I never do, but sometimes you get a diamond in the rough. Sorry, I'm hot and my hair is driving me crazy. Okay, we're gonna continue on with skin, and I know I've talked about this before. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer. This one is in the shade Peach Corrector. So, in working all these hours and having work be super, super stressful, my husband is leaving in our car, if you can hear that. That's my badass sports car. It's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Sorry. Easily distracted. With all those hours happening, I'm not sleeping very much, and I'm starting to have like nightmares about work because that's the kind of person I am. So I have some very bad blue bags under my eyes right now. Not to mention when I go out in the sun, I do wear sunglasses every time. So all around here is very light. which really lets the blue come out, and my skin is becoming so dark that it like makes it pop out even more. So this peach corrector is what I've been putting underneath my eyes to conceal those blue circles. I blend that out and then blend my foundation into it. I don't use any highlighting concealers right now because I don't have any that are dark enough. Everything makes me look like I have raccoon eyes, which right now I don't need any help with. So, or actually, what's the opposite of raccoon eyes, where it's like way too bright through the eyes? Either way, this is only about $4.99 Canadian. You can get it in Ulta, you can get it in Ricky's NYC. In Canada, I believe I've also seen this at a few random stores, and I've seen it periodically. I think at Shoppers Drug Mart you can pick it up. Not commonly, but I definitely have seen it there. Another product I've definitely talked about before, but sticking with the skin and complexion type products, is this Anastasia Beverly Hills loose highlighter in Snowflake. So I'm wearing this today, and it's a very, very light but very extreme highlight. Like, it's crazy, crazy reflective. You can really go overboard very quickly. I speak from experience in doing so. I talked about this in my Anastasia haul, and honestly, I liked it when I picked it up, but I think I actually prefer it when my skin is a little bit darker. This is what it looks like when you just press your finger into the sifter, and I'm just gonna rub it. Like, this is what I mean by you can go real hard, real fast, and get completely overwhelmed. I did stick some on my shoulders and just kind of rub it in with my hands just to try and like gear down the red just slightly, but it's a really beautiful highlight. I like it when I'm really tan. I don't particularly love it that much when I am lighter. It's something I've been reaching for quite a bit. It's probably my most reached for highlighter right now, but be very careful. Be warned about its ability to get out of hand very quickly. But you just can't deny, if you like being seen from space, this is a beautiful highlight. Okay, so we're gonna move on to eyes, and we're continuing on this laziness path. So I actually don't have any palettes that I have been really reaching for exclusively. I've been using a lot of my Jelly Much shadows and my Stila like Magnificent Glittering Glows. So one I want to specifically call out, and I know I've talked about this before as well, is Wanderlust from Stila. So basically what I've been doing in my eye looks, and I'm wearing this today, is exactly what I have on my face right now. It's a very big black wing and just a little bit of color, either, it's not even color, that's not even true, like a neutral crease, and then I do a little bit of either a Jelly Much shadow, a Glitter and Glow, Shimmer and Glow, or any kind of liquid eyeshadow, anything that makes my eyelid pop while just having a neutral crease and then a big black wing. I feel like it's a lot of drama. It looks very finished, but without a lot of effort on my part, which is really what I'm looking for right now. Wanderlust is my favorite Glitter and Glow, or Glimmer and Glow. If I call it the wrong thing, you're just gonna have to deal with it because I can't remember exactly which one it is. I think it's Shimmer and Glow. Now I'm gonna check myself. Liquid eyeshadow, doesn't even say. Yeah, so this is almost gone now that I'm looking at it. It has every reflect of undertone possible. It has pinks, purples, browns, and golds. It is the liquid shadow I have that goes with everything and just puts everything up a notch, which I really, really love. And really, you can't say that about every product. And this one, I just feel like this will go with everyone's skin tone. It will go with everyone's style. It's a little extra something without being too much. I can't mention that with my day-to-day look, and for once I actually am starting to get a day-to-day look without mentioning this for the millionth time. This is the NYC liquid eyeliner. This is $3 at Walmart, $3 Canadian at Walmart. This is not the pen, this is the one with the brush. I have used this eyeliner. This is probably my 5th or 6th one that I have used in my existence of doing makeup. The second I got my hands on this, this was kind of it for me. I've tried a million liquid liners, a million pen liners. I do like Kat Von D's tattoo liner, but this is still better. It's darker. It is more opaque. It is, again, a demi-matte. I think I don't really like matte liner. There was a time when I loved gel liner exclusively, but ultimately this is kind of where I'm at, and I don't think I would ever find anything else that I like better than this. It's a great price, it's easy to find, and it's easy to use. Another product that came from BoxyCharm, and I am wearing this today, and I am shocked at myself. One of the other things I've been doing a lot lately in my laziness to try and simplify my makeup routine is I've been wearing lip gloss again. So I think part of the reason I've started to do this is when you're wearing liquid lipsticks or you're wearing lipsticks that are bright colors, which I do love and really speak to my heart, and I do still like those formulas, you're having to pay attention to your lips all the time, and I don't have time to do that anymore. There are days when I won't go to the washroom for 12 hours, so I'm not looking in the mirror to make sure that my face looks okay. I'm not looking to check and make sure that my makeup is even, and I don't want to look in the mirror when I get home and see a big ring of garbage around my mouth or have it fade weird or anything like that. Whereas with lip gloss, I feel like it's been a little bit drier this year for me, and it's good for my lips. It makes me feel like I've got something going on, but not too much. I don't really have to pay attention to it. You can feel when it's wearing off. So this, now that I've gone on my big tirade about lip gloss, for somebody who is a lip gloss hater, I am loving this. This is the Domique Cosmetics Lemonade Lip Gloss in Peach Tea. So I'm wearing it on my lips right now. This also came in BoxyCharm and is another product I would have never bought if they hadn't sent it to me, because I would have never even thought about it. The only other lip gloss I have come in contact with in a very long time, outside of the Universal Gloss Bomb from Fenty, which I know I've talked about a million times, is the Villains lip glosses from ColourPop. And I think it's funny that I'm even talking about lip gloss at all, because I have been on a million tirades, a million rants on my channel about how much I hate lip gloss. But this one is already down to here, and I've only had it about 2 weeks. For me, that's a lot. I never stick with one anything that much. It actually smells so much like the Lip Smackers Vanilla Frosting lip gloss from way back in the day. That was like my die-hard 15-year-old Candace lip gloss that I just loved. Like, this is disgusting, but I used to like lick the container because I liked the smell of it. Hashtag fat kid problems. But this is a lovely finish. I love what it does to my teeth. There was a lip gloss many moons ago from CoverGirl. I think they were called Wet Slicks, and it was in Peaches and Gleam. And it used to do exactly the same thing to my teeth as this does, which makes them look vibrantly white. I know that I'm not sure I've ever talked about this before, but there's something with my teeth where they're just white. Like, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a snothead, but my teeth are abnormally white naturally. I don't do anything with them really, and I think that this actually makes them whiter. I'm uncomfortable. Anyway, hats off to Domique for actually putting this out and having a nice formula that's not super sticky. I haven't done the hair test. Let's do the hair test. Oh, it sticks enough. It does stick enough. But I don't feel like it's sticking to my own lips, which is nice, and I don't feel like I get that gloopiness in my mouth when I am talking. Like, I've been talking with a few layers of this on and haven't noticed a huge difference. And damn, that smell. I'm telling ya. I do think I will pick up another couple of these in a few other shades, because, you know, I need more of anything ever. I only have 900 lip glosses sitting in front of me. Sounds like a personal problem. So this is $17 US. The price is a little bit high. I don't really love that. The other thing I will mention, and when you go into buying a product and you're looking at the packaging, all I will say is there is about, let's say, 1/4 of an inch on each side where there is not actually any product. And when you look down the middle as well, it does come to a point, so you're not actually getting all of the product that you think you're getting. You can see the amount that's in it. Let's see, how much is in it? 5.5 milliliters of product in here, which is totally fine. And I'm going to compare it to, and I'll compare it to the Fenty Gloss Bomb. So this is 5.5 milliliters and this one is 9 milliliters. So there is quite a bit more in the Fenty than the Lemonade lip gloss, but they're still both very good formulas. And like I said, when you're purchasing any product, you see how much you're getting. Don't be fooled by packaging that looks like it's more than it is. All right, last but not least of my favorites, and then we were going to talk about one product that I wish I had passed on, or I definitely could have passed on. So the last product is the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream. I feel like a lot of these favorites I've talked about before, and honestly, I have no problem talking about them again, because when something is good, it's just good. So this is a moisturizer that is from a Brazilian company, if I remember correctly. It smells like cocoa butter and a million other delicious things. But every time I get a sunburn, anytime I get a little bit more sun than I wanted to, I just toss this on my skin at night and in the morning, and my skin never peels. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't peel. I got hair on me. And it just gives like a really nice shimmer to the skin. Not like a really like gleamy ridiculousness, but just enough that catches the light and makes your skin look fresh. Again, it's a very expensive cream. That's probably my 6th one. I always wait to purchase those for the VIB sales or any kind of sale like that, but it definitely has helped me with restoring my skin, especially on vacations, and it's made my skin feel better in the last couple days. Okay, so let's talk about this one product that I think I could have lived without. And I'm gonna preface this by saying I am a big fan of Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have most of her palettes behind me. They're kind of set up behind me, so a lot of them are there. I had picked up this Alyssa Edwards palette, and I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. Looks like this. It's a lot of matte brights, and the idea, I believe it was like a Pride type palette. I bought a whole bunch of the Pride palettes because I like bright makeup, but there's something about this one that I think I really could have passed on. I have not been reaching for it. Even between this and the Riviera palette, I was going to do a comparison, and to me there is no comparison at all. I think part of the reason I don't love this one as much is because there's mostly only mattes in it. Let me just fact check myself. Or sorry, there's 3 shimmers in the entire palette. The rest are mattes. I'm trying not to like stick this in your face in any kind of obnoxious way. I don't hate it, but I just don't reach for it. And if I was going to reach for a matte palette that I needed the brights from, it will likely not be this one. I also think if the packaging had been different, like not this vibrant pink, I may have felt differently. I'm going to revisit my feelings on it probably in a month or so. I've had it for about a month and a half, and I've only used it twice because I just don't feel the need to reach for it. I don't feel the need that that I need it in my life, that I need it in my space. Another one I would reach for instead is the Colored Rain matte pigments, which I use all the time. And this one is just kind of sitting there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this sitting up at the front here. So I will at least think about using it because, you know, pull your shit together. I did actually forget one thing that I wanted to talk about. So I've been talking about trying to simplify my life, and I know I have talked many times about doing my bullet journal and how many times my bullet journals have been in my favorites. I do still like my bullet journals, but I have had to give them up as I just don't have the time to keep up with it. I feel similarly about YouTube, that I haven't felt like I've been able to keep up with YouTube, able to keep up with my bullet journal, able to keep up with my home and parties and events that are going on. I'm a very type A personality when it comes to things like that, and doing the best and being on top of everything. And when I feel like I'm drowning in everything and succeeding in nothing, I get very frustrated and I get very in my own head and I struggle a great deal. I'm very aware of that, and I'm very self-aware. So I've actually decided to put my bullet journal aside, even though it is something creatively I like to do. I've had to make a choice between that and spending my time on YouTube. And obviously I'm sitting here, so I have chosen YouTube, as I have over the sticker shop as well in the past. YouTube, you just keep winning out for some reason. I don't know how, but to do. So with that diatribe out of the way, I have moved back into a regular planner. I had thought about going back with another ERIN CONDREN, but I found this at Michael's. It is just like a really nice hardcover planner that is very similar to the ERIN CONDREN. I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see, but it is very close to the ERIN CONDREN. I do like ERIN CONDREN, but for us to get them to Canada is very, very expensive. And a little bit more difficult for us to get to. We can still order online or whatever else. However, we pay duties and customs and blah, blah, blah. So I've decided to go with a little bit more simpler of a layout, and I've also decided to make sure that I'm not spending so much time setting it up and then not actually using it, which is what I was doing with my bullet journal, because it would take so much time to set up the spreads that I then wouldn't actually write in it, because I was worried about making it ugly with my writing, because my writing is ugly. Okay guys, I know this was a way longer video than I thought, but obviously I have missed YouTube because I had lots to say. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorites have been this summer and what your plans are. I have missed everyone a great deal. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. I do not shove content in your face. I upload when I feel like it, and I like hanging out. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.